Yo, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to another weekly market update. Well, we'll give you guys an update on the dollar index, the German 30, NASDAQ, Dow Jones, as well as gold and or USO from both a technical and a fundamental perspective. Without any further ado, let's jump straight into it. But before we get there, I just want to go through some of the questions that I have received based off the last time I made this video. Let's go through here. So can you please look at the Euro and GBP index? I'm gonna do a separate video for the Euro index, the GBP index, and the Japan Yen index. That's not a problem, and I can do that. I'm not gonna go through all the questions because I can see it actually states it's thanks Mr. Zach TD Noob saying 1 season, 2 season. Yeah, they sell all kinds of stuff to you. And then that one I'm definitely going to do for you, but I'm going to do it in a separate video. The bank is saying it's because you're promoted by Idol. 100%. The Idol does promote my YouTube channel, but that's because like any, it's called marketing. So I do pay Idol to market my YouTube content, my YouTube channel. But that's because I want to broaden the education that I provide to more people. Because at the end of the day, I pay for these thumbnails, and then I pay for a lot. I pay for a lot of stuff, and the reason why I do that is because I want to get people exposed instead of get people exposed to free educational content as opposed to having to pay for it. So yes, you are 100% correct. It does promote my channel, but I pay for it. Okay, I pay for a lot of stuff, and I don't ask you guys for any money because I do it because I want to help as many people as I can. Mrs. Yukti saying this is such a joke. You're one of the most ethical mentors out there. Keep your head up. You'll be on this. Thank you so much. Please add Russell 2000 and add the divergence to the index. I just learned that it diverges at certain times aggressively with the US30. That I'll probably have to do on a separate video as well. Or if you've got an example of what you're talking about, you're more than happy to send it through to me so I can have a look. But I don't do all of like that is too complicated for me to trade, and I like to simplify things as much as I can. So the first thing that we're going to speak about is the Dow Jones. It dropped 400 points Tuesday as the Treasury yields continue to rattle the Wall Street. It says here stocks fell Tuesday as traders kept an eye on the rising Treasury yields, which hit a 16-year high. It says here the Dow Jones Industrial Leverage lost 1.5%. They should have used the 1% stop loss. The S&P was down 1.4% there as well, and the NASDAQ was also down 1.3%. That says here stocks moved to their lows of the session as yields spiked further following the release of the August job opening survey, which signaled a still tight job market as well. The survey did show that 9.6 million open roles in the month. Meanwhile, economists polled by Dow Jones had anticipated a 8.8 million jobs report. So they anticipated to be lower, but it actually came through higher. We do have the NFP coming through on Friday as well. I do expect the index to continue higher, and I do expect all of these indices and as well as gold to continue slightly lower. And then probably when we get to Friday, I do expect the market, the market structure to have had shift by then as well. Now, the first thing I do want to speak about is if you've watched this, if you've watched my previous breakdowns, you'd have known that I have made a note that I do expect the index to continue higher and hit that level. However, the market had came very aggressively and moved quicker than I anticipated. But if you do look at the structure that the market had printed over here, you can see we had a clear break above resistance, came back, tested it as support. We broke above new resistance by definition. Sorry. So by definition, I do expect a slight pullback and then a continuation to the upside. This will then give the market that completion, that we are hoping to get by Friday, because that's when the NFP comes through, and by then we should potentially get that aggressive pullback on the dollar index, because the market has been very bullish since it started breaking out of this. But you can see how the structure had followed. Next up, the German 30 also The German 30, yeah, so that is still as the last time I said it would be, because someone asked me to do the breakdown. You can see everything when there is anticipated, but I do still expect the market to continue slightly lower, so no changes on that. The NASDAQ 100 also anticipated to continue lower. I do potentially see the market come and hit this level over here, probably somewhere around there. The market is currently trading in very deep bearish territory as well. So if you do look left, you can see we've got a very important structure that just got violated. This level over here, acted as a level of resistance. Market broke above that, tested it as support, then broke below support, broke above resistance, back below support, back resistance, and then a continuation to the downside. What I do want to see, probably a quick move between tomorrow, is basically just for the market to go slightly lower, pull back, and then hit that level, and then we should be able to get at NFP by then. Next up, Dow Jones also had a very bloodbath. I do expect this market to continue lower. There's no reason why this should not take place. So I do expect this market to continue slightly lower and hit this levels over here. If you look at the price action and how it developed, you can see the market had been respecting structures as it's been breaking, retesting, breaking structures, retesting structures, and just that's the flow of the market. I'm not honest. I don't want to say my advice, because then someone's gonna tell the FCA again I'm giving advice, so I'm not gonna say my advice, but it's always the best thing you can do is to read the structure. Okay, low battery. Okay, I'm almost done. Next up, we've got gold. Gold, I need to go on the weekly time frame. What we have here is, you can see gold is almost at the very important structure. This is where I expect gold to continue lower. You can see this level over here acted as a level of resistance. The market then broke above resistance, tested it as support. You can definitely expect an equal low over here. There we go. And then from there, I'll give you guys another update on that as well. Now, US oil, obviously, send you guys this setup that I took on US oil last week. Everything has gone as anticipated. What I do see here is the potential of what's known as a head and shoulders pattern. Now, a head and shoulders pattern is considered a bearish pattern from a technical perspective. We have a massive impulse. After an impulse, you expect a correction, and the best way to measure that correction is by taking a Fibonacci from the low to the high, and you can see that we do have a 0.382 pullback. It's lining up perfectly with that structure, and a 0.272 is lining up perfectly with this level of support that I do expect the market to come and hit after completing this head and shoulders pattern. That is it from my side. If you have any more questions, please drop them down in the comment section below. Thank you for the support. Thank you for your time. Have a good night, and as always, cheers for years.